It's a curious thing, isn't it? How easily the foundations of trust, built over years, can be shaken by a single unfounded suspicion. We've all seen it, perhaps experienced it. That moment when a person you've relied on, a person you thought understood you, begins to question your very integrity. Today's story comes from a listener who found herself in precisely that unsettling position, facing a crisis of faith within her own marriage, right after the joyous arrival of their second child. Let's dive into her account. My husband and I had been together for 6 years, married for 3, and ours was a relationship that had always navigated a certain level of, let's call it, cautious vigilance. We both had our moments of insecurity, but it never felt like a deal breaker, not until our son arrived. He was a beautiful, healthy baby boy, a sibling to our 2-year-old daughter. Our daughter was a planned pregnancy, a joyous occasion. Our son, less so, a result of some regrettable carelessness, but a welcomed one nonetheless. My husband had been an incredible support during my pregnancy, a pillar of strength, especially with our daughter needing attention while I was unwell. He even took time off work to be with us for the birth. But the moment our son was placed in his arms, something shifted. It was palpable. He walked out of the delivery room, a ghost in his own child's arrival. He was distant, almost aloof when he finally reappeared, focused on our daughter, barely acknowledging me or our newborn. I was confused, hurt, and tried to rationalize it, chalking it up to the overwhelming emotions of a new father, perhaps grappling with the arrival of a son. I gave him space, hoping he'd find his footing. Then came the email. He said he was too angry to talk. That morning, I received his message, a cold declaration that our son, a fair-skinned infant, was clearly not his. He stated he would have no part in our lives, mine or our son's, until a paternity test proved otherwise. This was a bolt from the blue. My mind raced. I hadn't cheated. My husband was the only man I had ever been intimate with. Yet here he was, accusing me, demanding a test, and all via electronic mail. I was furious, insulted, and frankly bewildered by his accusation. But the thought of a divorce, of fracturing our family, was a heavy burden. I knew I couldn't simply refuse, not without facing the potential unraveling of everything. The immediate aftermath was tense. I responded simply, "Our son is your son. We will talk about it when you get home." When he returned that evening, the atmosphere had changed. He held our son, spoke to him, a stark contrast to his previous detachment. It was only after our daughter was asleep that the truth emerged. He confessed he had already arranged for a paternity test the day our son was born, before he had even sent me the email. The results, confirming his paternity, had come back already. His email, he admitted, was a desperate attempt to elicit a confession from me, a way to assuage his own deeply rooted paranoia. He had been hoping I would break and admit to something I hadn't done. The damage, however, was done. The holidays were strained, my trust eroded. He eventually agreed to couples therapy, a concession that felt a year too late. He apologized, seeing the hurt he had inflicted, but the sting of his suspicion, his ultimatum, and his secret test lingered. It was a stark reminder that trust, once fractured, is a difficult thing to fully repair. The subsequent months saw his paranoia escalate, his behavior become erratic, therapy sessions were missed, and he ultimately moved out, disappearing from our lives entirely. We are not divorced, but we have had no contact since. The longer we've been apart, the more I've come to realize the immense freedom I now possess. I was controlled, subtly demeaned, and constantly monitored. To be able to go about my day, to connect with friends and family, to simply be myself without interrogation, is a liberation I wouldn't trade. My children are thriving, and while they miss their father, they are better off in this healthier environment. This is a story about the corrosive nature of suspicion and the profound importance of open communication in a relationship. If you've ever faced a similar breach of trust, or if this tale of quiet desperation resonates with your own experiences, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you appreciate these nuanced narratives, be sure to subscribe for more. Until next time. I'll see you then.